Today we are standing up against one of the greatest injustices in modern knife history. This issue has divided families, destroyed communities, and caused thousands of lefties to awkwardly pull knives out of their pockets. Right-handed people, you may think this video isn't for you. Please don't jump off. By the end of this video, I hope many of you will join us in this righteous cause. Now, to be clear, most of this video is lighthearted, but I'm still absolutely correct with everything I'm saying here. You can feel free to call me a whiner down in the comments, but just hear me out first. Knife companies will spend 6 years engineering the perfect detent or making like NASA-level tolerances for their knives, and then act like drilling 2 extra holes is impossible. Us lefties can absolutely use a lot of knives out there. There is more stuff for us than there ever was, but I have to call out a few people in this video. It's been bugging me for a long time. To me, it is insane that a lot of knife companies are just completely ignoring 10% or more of the market, especially when we're kind of in an economic downturn. There is also an argument that it's even more than 10%. A lot of the older folks were forced to be righties, but if you look at data when it comes to millennials, Gen Z, it's closer to 15% are left-handed. Just imagine a shoe company not making a size that 10 to 15% of the country would wear. It seems crazy. You're just leaving money on the table, and it's kind of a slap in the face, like you just think that you're too successful to need us. But I want to give solutions and not just complain. Let's start out with Protech. Now, Protech hands us a little something here and there. They gave us a godson and godfather. This knife has been out, for so long. I had hair when it first came out. So did the owner of Protech probably. But cool, thank you for giving us this. There is like that small one. Once in a while, you'll find that in a batch of lefties. And the TR3 occasionally will be in left-handed, but none of their manuals. Protech kind of pisses me off. I even emailed them about this one time asking if they would ever make any lefty manuals. And the way they responded was almost like, hey, you don't exist. It's a time issue. But here's the thing. We don't need full-blown left-handed models. It's a freaking button lock. I'm so used to pressing the button on this side that honestly, I like that more now. All they would really need to do is either give us a reversible clip. This is a dead reckon. They do it in an amazing way where it doesn't look funky or anything. You basically have your clip on that side and a filler tab on this side. But if the argument is, hey, we don't want to have those ugly holes or filler tab, just make a batch where the clip is on the other side, but everything else is the same. A Protech Malibu would be totally fine. Now, a lot of people will say, well, it's not safe. It's not safe. I'm telling you, I've never held a button lock where I felt like I was going to press the button. Here's another one. Shout out to Heretic for making more knives with reversible clips. I am never going to engage that button gripping it like this. It's just not going to happen. Honestly, I'd probably be more likely to touch it if it was over on this side. What really triggered this video was seeing some of Protech's newest designs. They will literally put a logo where the reversible clip could be before they put a reversible clip there. That's no shade on Walter Brand. He's an awesome dude. He is not a part of this at all. But if you notice on some of his new versions, there's a logo right there. It's almost like Protech's just mocking us lefties. This is what could be. There could be a filler tab here, and you could use one of our amazing knives, but we don't like you. So yeah, there's options for Protech. They could make a batch with just the clip on the other side. I promise you it would sell out. I would 100% guarantee that. They could obviously make a reversible clip option, and I don't think that always looks bad. I mean, here's a Heretic with reversible clips. It does not look, that bad. If you're afraid righties are going to get upset by that, like I said, you could just make a version where it's only on the wrong side and call it the weirdo lefty run. Or you could make just a really nice design like Dead Reckon here, and no one's ever complained about this. No one has ever said, I'm not buying that knife because there's a filler tab on one side. Another option is just scales. A lot of manufacturers will, for some reason, have holes on both sides, in their liners. TRM is one of them. If you look at their naked knives, it's almost like they're mocking us too. I love TRM, but I gotta mention this. But for some reason, they don't give scales that have the reversible clip, even though their naked knives look to have the holes on both sides. It's super weird. So anyway, I get it. Protech's a US manufacturer. It's not super easy, but I'm telling you, you don't have to give us a lefty-only model, even though I think you should. Chris Reeve can do it. Plenty of other US manufacturers can do it. But if you don't want to give us a lefty Malibu, just give us one with a reversible clip or just the clip on the other side. Now, almost worse is Chaves, because Chaves outsources a lot of their manufacturing to Riot. Now, they give us one little handout here, the TAC. or the Chub flipper. They basically are saying all lefties are midgets. All of you lefties have small hands, and none of our bigger knives deserve to have a reversible clip for you. And the thing is with Riot, they will make them left-handed models. You're telling me that Berg blades here, small Berg blades, can go and make a left-handed model, but Chaves can't? That's crazy to me. I've asked them in like chats before on whatnot, and it's like they didn't even know lefties existed, the way they respond. It is crazy. It's like, oh, we haven't thought about that. What? It's 10 to 15% of your market. You haven't thought about that? We're in a freaking economic downturn. Stop thinking you're too good for us. Chaves also sells scales that people can buy, right? So why can't they just, if they don't want to put a reversible clip on there, why can't they just sell the knife, have the knives always have holes drilled on both sides, and then we can buy scales to put on for the lefty clip. Now, don't judge me. I haven't swapped this clip yet. If you're like, why haven't you put the skull clip on there yet? I'm going to, just haven't done it yet. But I'd like to say lefties can use just about every lock. This is a liner lock. We have no issue with a righty liner lock. The one thing we have problems with sometimes is a frame lock on a righty, because we'll put our thumb right there and then it's harder to deploy. All right. Even though there's a lot of frame locks I do fine with, but this is a Kunwu. They make lefty versions of this anyway. Shout out to Kunwu. You're doing it right. We really appreciate you. But that's like the one locking system that as a lefty I've ever had problems with. There's other manufacturers that clearly hate us. Hinderer basically will give us a little handout once every few years and make it turn into like a lefty Hunger Games where we have to fight for these scraps just to get a left-handed Hinderer. Why is it Chris Reeve can do it? You can easily find a left-handed model of a Sabenza any time of the day. These used to be a little bit harder to get. It is not hard at all to find a left-handed model. You can get it for retail. You don't have to pay extra on the secondary market. Chris Reeve Knives is doing it right. We really appreciate you. Hawk is another one. They just don't need us. Even though that lock would be totally fine for lefties, they don't need us because they're too cool. But I'm telling you, with the way the economy is right now, to disregard that many people, 15% maybe, is insane. So now, the companies that are doing it right, Chris Reeve, like I said, Heretic is starting to come out with more and more models with reversible clips. Really appreciate you. Same with Protech. They used to be more righty friendly, but now with the ram lock and with their automatics, you can usually swap the clip, and we really appreciate that. Spyderco's been doing it the right way forever. They realize that lefties can walk and chew gum at the same time, and to unlock a compression lock with a left hand is not a big deal. They make some left-handed models of like the PM2. I don't even buy them because I'm totally fine with the right-handed model. Even on their smallest ones like the Micro Jimbo, I have no issue unlocking that compression lock. Vero, a small guy that still thinks about lefties. He has a left-handed kid apparently, and that's why he does it. He makes a lot of different left-handed models. Sometimes they're harder to get because it's limited batches, but he's at least thinking about it. We really appreciate you. But then you got some of the China manufacturers that are hit and miss. Like, why will Kaiser put a reversible clip on some knives with their top liner lock, and then others they just won't? You think that some models we're just not able to unlock it, but we can on this? It doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. Just give us reversible clips on everything. And some companies are getting better, like Migron here. They used to not put reversible clips even on a crossbar lock knife, which is nuts. Anybody that has a crossbar lock knife and they only put the clip on one side, talking to you like Monster or even TRM with some of their knives, it's insane. Give us a freaking clip on both sides. It is absolutely nuts not to do that. It is an ambidextrous lock. But thanks, now you're doing it. We appreciate it. And of course, with Benchmade, some people hate them, some people love them. They've always had that option. There's also plenty of others: Kershaw, Demco, Cold Steel, Hogue. Big Idea Design will even put reversible clips on their frame locks. We appreciate that. So I'm done ranting. Feel free to call me a whiner in the comments. But look, lefties know the world wasn't designed for us. We have accepted our fate. We can use right-handed locks. We can adapt. But in the year 2026, I refuse to believe that two threaded holes are too much to ask. Give us the clip.